No.
There has been one man that I wanted to take everything that I could from him, to leave him with nothing but the ash of his pride. But for that one man, there have been a dozen or more other dumbasses to get in my way, and justice delayed is justice denied. But look at me and believe me when I tell you that I will have what I want. Oh yeah.
That's right. Overhaul. Shout out to Overhaul. We'll tag them later. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 68 of the WWE Evolve post-review podcast in the whole world, Craig. I'm joined today with the all-star cast. We have questionable videos to watch. We have goodbyes to say. And we have people to say hello. But first, Coach, the man of 7 wives and untold children, how are you, sir?
I'm good, thank you. Yeah, it's great to be back. I haven't really uploaded much in the last few weeks, so this is kind of my return. So yeah, I'm happy to be here. Happy to be with like the best podcasters of Evolve ever.
Thank you. Shauna Reed's Horror, the Wonder Woman of the group. How are you, ma'am?
I am doing well. Super excited. Enjoyed Evolve. Can't wait to see what's happening there. And I'm going to try. I keep saying it, but work's been crazy. I'm going to try to actually get a YouTube channel going up. I have a name. I have a channel. So now I just got to figure out. Yeah, I actually created it.
Let's go.
So hopefully I can actually get stuff posted on there. That is my goal, to actually start using it soon. So we'll see if I can figure it out.
Do it.
All right. Invisible Woman, say hello.
Hello. I'm Invisible Woman, aka Cardiam, aka Cardala. You can, yeah, I've got some new things coming soon, but it's going to be cool.
The Lady of Many Crushes, aka. Now, Terrell, take it away.
What's going on, everybody? My name is Terrell, and this is my wife, the beautiful werewolf.
Hello, it's CJ Wolfie. How y'all doing?
And together we are For Real Love. And this is episode 68 of the Evolve Post Review. That is one episode away from episode 69. And we is live. You know what I'm saying? Y'all heard that new intro, right? Oh, yeah, it's dope. I know, yeah. Griselda Records. You know what I'm saying? We got the Wise Man. We got EOD in the building. What's going on, man?
Hey, what's up, everyone?
We got Coach, the man with 7 wives. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
He's actually eating breakfast right now. I'm surprised because I know he had a crazy night. Don't you? Y'all get tired? We got Shauna Reed's Horror. Well, Shauna Reed's Horror over there.
Woo!
How you doing?
I am doing great. Can't wait to talk Evolve and cannot wait to see what all happens after last night's episode.
That's what's up. We got Mr. and Mrs. Invisible. How are y'all doing?
Happy that Chewy's bye.
That's right. I'm so happy about Chewy being gone. I could jump in that box with y'all right now and get it hot. Not like that. Not like that. I'm talking about. Well, I don't know if I can say it on the podcast, but I'm talking about lighting something up. And lighting something up, man. I'm talking about lighting something up. Hot box, dog. And then we have nobody. We have none other. Last but certainly not least, we have the man that shares his thoughts when he speaks. But if he don't speak, you don't know his thoughts. And that is Kitty's thoughts, man. How you doing today, sir?
I'm doing great. We kicking off with some episode 6-9 type of stuff going on here already, huh?
Yes, as a matter of fact, we are. Before we get into the show, I would just like to say I'm at my wife's crib. And it is kind of weird being married and not living together. But it gives me time to miss my wife and other parts of you.
Oh,
that's
for real.
Yeah.
That's what's beautiful.
Okay.
Like that's brownie points. Oh, come on.
That is what.
But it's dope. It's dope because it really does give like it makes me flutter.
I'm sure it does.
It does, man. It's like I have built up
Oh no. Okay. All right. So start the show.
Let's start the
Hey, I ain't mad. I love love, man.
It's all
I
good,
love
man.
love.
Hey,
I love
it's
love.
all good. You know, hey, I got to give it all to her. You know what I'm saying? I give it all to her.
It is what it is.
You feel me?
Yep.
It's like a, you know how like when you put the menthol into the menthol into the
So,
Coca-Cola?
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Oh
just like
my
that.
god. I don't need a visual. Where Alice go? What happened?
This was too intense. They had to leave.
Minute, I'll be right back.
Uh-oh.
Oh lord.
Oh, Shauna got sick too.
Or is something wrong with the mic? Why is everyone leaving?
Sometimes when people jump out, then you can't hear other people. So that's why that's usually what happens with me. Like I can hear some people, but not the others.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So.
Extreme yard. That is crazy. But I'm happy. You look great together. I love being in the same room.
Oh yeah, thank you,
I
man.
like
Thank
it.
you.
I like
It's
it.
dope. But
Their internet
other than
provider
that,
said this is out.
oh yeah.
Huh?
But this is episode 68 of the Evolve Post Review, man. I was really expecting, well, it led up to my expectations. It was a really good episode. It was a good episode, and it did meet expectations. It wasn't like over the top crazy stuff, but it did lead up to expectations. The episode was good. As always, Evolve is always good. But other
Always.
than that, we have the host with the most, Mr. and Mrs. Invisible. They're back. So let's get into the show, shall we, y'all?
Thank you, Hood Internet. Ladies and gentlemen, show starts off with Sloane Jacobs introducing and asking for gold for everything. She deserves it. I don't care about anything else. I just want her to be the best party ever. I've called in celebrity people to come in here. So it's for real, Terrell and TJ Wolfie for real love. What are your thoughts on the intro before we get to the bam, 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 and all that stuff of Sloane just being Sloane?
Yeah, she just being over the top. You know,
Yes.
being well, not being over the top, but being supportive. You know how when people be party planning,
Yeah.
demanding,
Make sure that everything
it gotta
Big
be right.
Reg.
shape.
Yo, Big Reg was good. Yeah, party planning.
Yeah, it's like a little over the top party plan kind of girl thing, you know. Try to make sure everything's up top shape for the big cat here. But yeah, it was pretty nice segment.
That's right. And her name is not Nikita Lyons. When she champion, she Big Cat Kita. Put some respect on her name.
Yeah.
She did. Yeah, we got the graphics too. Big Cat Keita. Coach, your thoughts on Flo Jacobs, your fifth ex-wife, just planning for Nikita?
Where did Sloane Jacobs come into this? She's not one of my wives. But okay,
I think it was Vegas. You visited one time, you never came back.
we moved past that. Yeah, I like this opening. I think it was fun. It does suck that she said there was gonna be a celebrity and then just nobody appeared. That was kind of weird.
Yeah.
But overall, I liked it. I think it was a fun overall introduction to the show. And Sloane Jacobs is surprisingly a really good friend. Like I was expecting her to like them to slowly build something, but she's apparently a really good friend. So it's probably gonna be Nikita that turns on her eventually, which I think is a good version of it. I feel like it's an interesting story to tell.
Okay, I guess she's a good friend, but really bad party planner. Hear these thoughts, your thoughts on this promo.
Yeah, so when I saw the promo, even despite the other video we saw about something we're going to talk about later, when she was talking at the beginning of the show about how good the party is, I'm like, I've seen a ton of sitcoms where in the beginning they say, oh, the party's going to be this. That means the whole party's going to crash and burn. That's literally what it means. And Sloane Jacobs, she is slowly becoming more obsessed with Nikita Lyons, and I'm scared when Nikita does turn on her. I think we might get a Carrie situation going on Evolve because she's going to lose her mind. I really think she is.
Okay, I like that. Invisible Woman, your thoughts on the promo, Sloane being Sloane?
I agree. I think that she was overhyping the party, which is not a good sign.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Who's paying for it?
Tubi.
No, for the
Okay. Anyway, Shauna, your thoughts on the promo?
I liked the promo. I did. I liked, we saw a lot on social media beforehand, which I thought was really fun, like leading into it. With some people that were invited. and some people that had said, they're going to crash it. So I think it was really fun, for her to talk about it and get that build up for it. I really thought the way she was talking about this was kind of like her championship too. I was like, we're foreshadowing. It's going to happen at some point. She's going to think that she's like one half of the title, or whatever. It's going to happen. But I thought it was fun. And I've always said that I love the intro to Evolve, because you have people that maybe be tuning in for the first time that don't know what's happening or what's going on. It's kind of, this is what's going to happen instead of this is what did happen. So I like that difference between like the main roster and this, to say, hey, here's what's going to happen. So it's always fun. And you knew with Sloan kicking it off that chaos was going to arrive. What's a party in the ring without chaos?
Oh, I guess I'll just go then. All right. Yeah. Like what Shauna said, I really did like this. I do like the fact that it always goes over the show for those people that are new coming in, can figure out, what's going on, because I equate it to a comic book like back in the day. It's always somebody's first comic book. It's Tubi's free. People like kind of this browser that might be catching for the first time. So they just kind of just let you know what's happening tonight. And they'll fill in the backstory as the show goes on. I did like the way they did this time, because the last couple of weeks we'd be getting a rundown of the entire show. But Sloan doesn't care about the entire show. She cares about the celebration. So all she actually really did talk about was the celebration. And I like that. So it was like a little bit different, because that is the main event of the evening, is a celebration. So it doesn't matter what else happens, according to Sloan. So I did like the way they did it. And that Tubi budget kicked in. They got a raise, because that camera was looking crisp backstage. Like all night, the production value is for segments has increased. So I did like that. So
yay, and I'm back. All right, well, now we get to the start of the show where the Mog Squad comes out. And by the way, they're copying the dynamite symbol. They should really get... Anyway, they go out. They are just like... They're really complimenting each other. Oh, the X Factor, TJ Valor, and Jakari and Santi Ball, and Max Abrams. By the way, ladies with gentle hands. He did say that. Sunglasses off. I miss when he brings that back. I'm like, oh, man. Sunglasses off, guys, awesome. However, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of people look at Aaron Work as kind of sus for doing things. What happened with Santi Rivera and main man Max Abrams has a talk? So let's see.
Today's Santi Sunday, so that no one's gonna disturb me. It's time for me. This is all my day. Oh my gosh, who's calling me right now? Oh shoot, is that my main man?
Sweet and Santi, what's up, you beauty? Hey, did I catch you at a bad time?
No, not at all. Vent to me. What's up?
I'm having a really hard time, and I think you know why. It's tough being the best looking people on Evolve.
I know, the 1.0s are chopped. Like ever since we beat them, I'm noticing their skin breaking out a little bit. And Aaron, he just gives me the ick, bro.
Yeah, he doesn't even shave his chest hair. Ugh. A champion with no hygiene could never be us. And then you got Harlem Lewis.
Boring. I'm already bored. Like, unskippable ad here, right?
All right. I'm just going to say it. I love being in the Mog Squad.
What in the world?
that was my first time seeing that.
These two.
Now, before we get to Thatcher popping out and ruining the party of the Mog Squad, Coach, you're a Mog Squad apologist by Cardi's words. What are your thoughts on this?
I think everybody who hates this is homophobic. I think you don't like seeing male love. So happened. It was beautiful. It was men supporting and uplifting each other. Anybody who hates this, you're an awful human being. I think this was fun to see. They did nothing wrong.
Go on, Cardi. Go on, Cardi.
You know what, Coach? I have to agree with you on this one. I mean, I agree. We can all see that the happy with this, and nobody should ever make fun of them ever. So
and polyamorous, because Max Abrams equally loves DJ Valor as he's
summer.
Yeah, I like that Hot Boy Summer. All right, fine. Hear these thoughts. Your thoughts on the promo.
You know what? I'm gonna agree with Coach. And you know what? When I was watching this whole segment with the Mod Squad, so when they were complimenting each other, I almost got grossed out. I'm like, all this glazing happening, it's just like like Krispy Kreme. It was just glazing all over the place. Oh, you got a nice chest. Oh, you got nice feet. Oh, you got nice. I'm like, what are they doing? But then when I took a second to think, I'm like, am I toxic? What's wrong with me? What's wrong with a bunch of grown men uplifting each other? What's wrong with that? I had to go do some inner searching and figure out what's wrong with me. What type of childhood trauma have I experienced where grown men can't compliment each other? And that's what I found out from watching the Mod Squad, and I thank them for that. And by the way, I like the fact that they're matching. They got their nicknames on their hip for their shorts, and they're wearing bright colors. And that's new for WWE because usually when we get factions, they're wearing dark colors like Dark State or the Judgment Day or, who else? The Bloodline 2.0. So they're coming out with these bright colors and the names on their side. They're matching. They love each other. You know what? I like it. I love it. So I don't want to be a horrible human being in the terms of coach. So I'm a like it. I like it.
That was beautiful. And anyway, Terrell, your thoughts?
Yeah, I agree. It was a pretty good promo between them, and yeah, them uplifting each other. So that's good. That's kind of good. They got a bond with each other as a group, so that's a good thing. So yeah, I like it. Pretty good.
In the words of the old school, it's called brotherly love, man.
Yeah.
That's all it was. Brotherly love. Uplift your brethren. Be a man's man, if you will, is the energy that they was giving off, man. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? We live in the time where people call it glazing, D-riding, whatever the case is. But these are two brothers. Max Abrams, he just needed some advice. He just needed someone to hear him out. And he had a brother on the hotline just waiting to hear him out, man. That's all it was.
I'm gonna interrupt and say there's definitely more than just brotherly love going on between these four guys. Like, it's not just the way they were complimenting each other. There's a lot more going on. Why
do you compliment them, coach?
I'm not hating, but I'm just saying I've never complimented my friends' feet, and they did. So
yeah, there's a lot more video, guys. There's a lot more video.
Does anybody else spray their friends down with spray?
It's 2026. It's 2026.
Yeah, that's the thing.
It's 2026. If that's their way of expressing more than just that, at least they're not hiding.
Yeah.
At least they're not hiding.
Yeah, I don't know too many people that's going to convince me to wear matching holographic golden booty shorts in the ring with each other. There's.
Hey, man. We don't know. You know what? We don't know what APA and the Brothers of Destruction did on the roads. We don't know. Maybe they did the same exact thing. They're all best friends. They talk about drinking and stuff, but maybe they did each other in their hair.
Oh, maybe that's why they call Brothers of Destruction.
Mod Squad, Dark Side of the Ring episode coming to you soon.
Lord.
Okay.
Don't meet your idols. Don't meet your idols.
Don't meet your idols. That's true. Shauna,
don't get on the plane. Don't get on the plane with them either.
I think the promo was funny because they're really just these goofy guys together, and I think what works with them, like even in the ring stuff, the complimenting and everything, is to show they're so tight knit. So when the drama starts and they start going at each other, it's going to hit harder because it's going to be like, you were my brother, you were my best friend, you were here. So I think it's a really good to set it up for their characters and like be like this fact so tight knit. So when all the chaos and drama happens within them, they can really play up this, you were my brother, you were my best friend, look at what we did together. So I think it's going to end up playing out in the long run really well for the whole faction.
Hey,
so Shauna, when you say that, you talking about like Batista and Rey Mysterio level, right, Shauna?
Right, yeah, like we're like the close knit. I
still cry watching that promo.
You know, like here we are, like look how close we are, and then when something happens, like if Max gets the title or someone else gets one over, and you have that in between them, and then they start to fall apart, it's going to be like this. How could you do this to me? How could this? Yeah. That's what I see.
Supposed to be my friend.
Yeah, they could be undisputed era in NXT once they get up there. Like they could just have all the gold and just have fun. And all I need is just a number 5. A number 5, a woman right by their sides, and they're just unstoppable. But EOD, Your thoughts on the promo and the other promo that you saw that you never saw before. Sorry about that.
Oh no, no, it's good. I'll talk about the Evolve thing first. I thought it was a cool promo, and like I was saying, how the intro is for like new people. This did a good job of introducing everyone to the Mog Squad. If this was your very first episode watching Evolve, they went down everybody in their personalities, what their role in the faction is. Now we know, well, officially Santi and Ball are the tag team of the group, even though obviously you can tag with anyone, but they are fashioned to be a tag team. Valor is like pretty much their muscle. Max is the leader. So I did like the way they did all of that. Now that promo at the beginning of the show, like I thought it was funny. I thought it was funny because I was like, where's this thing going? But yeah, but on that, I have to agree with Coach and everything on that. So, but yeah, I thought it was good, and yeah, I know Max Abram. That's my guy right there. So this is funny. It reminded me of something out of like an '80s movie for some reason. I don't know, like a Revenge of the Nerds or something like that. The jocks are talking like they're just kind of just over the top with the stuff. So
yeah. Also, too, when you say the '80s, it's like when they have the phone calls back in the day, like on those movies, they don't have the screens like side by side. They're always switching the screen and see what the other person, see what the other person is thinking or saying.
Is that Max Abrams rapping the theme song to the Mod Squad?
I don't know. I tried to hear the song, but it's all there. But let's get to the nice surprise of this. After they were talking that stuff, and he was the X Factor. Who's next? CJ Vallis says this. Thatcher comes out from his excursion that he never went anywhere. And I wanted to tell the EOD the graphic that comes out is not new. It's like he's like the last fourth time he came out. That's when it came out new. So I'm like, that's pretty cool. Okay. He says, "Oh, you're the X Factor, CJ Valor. This is your next opponent." And once again, John Connor came back to the past to tell somebody to fucking call the Cutler Terminator. Here he comes again. Cutler CJ Valor versus Cutler James, which is a CJ, and CJ from San Andreas is in commentary. CJ. Well, before we start, we do get a surprise that the general manager of NXT, Robert Stone's on commentary. I don't know what happened to Peter Rosenberg. I'm not going to speculate. But we're happy that he comes back. He's slowly coming back in to commentary. He did a lot of hypocritical things. That he said one thing, but then it didn't make sense later. But we're not going to talk about that. CJ Valor versus Cutler James. This match lasted 4 minutes. CJ Valor did try to do the Chaos Theory. It did come out a little weird. This was basically power versus power. For every time Cutler James tried to pick him up, he would stand his ground, and Cutler James did the same thing too. At a certain point, CJ Valor was in the corner. Max Abrams is looking at CJ Valor. Cutler James is going to do a spear in the corner. And Max Abrams whispers, "I love you," grabs his arm, pulls him out the way, so Cutler James chops himself in the shoulder with the turnbuckle. As this is happening, and by the way, Thatcher, are you watching this? Thatcher was in the VIP section scowling the whole time. At the end, I love that CJ Valor went to the top rope, which he doesn't do, did a nice little salute headbutt, which he didn't make it. Cutler James did a gut buster 1-2, and then I call this let's save John Connor spin for the 1-2-3. And the Mob Squad did not attack him at all, which is kind of freaking funny. And let's end it right there. Coach, your thoughts on the match? Cutler is 3-0. Oh no.
I'm actually really enjoying what's happening with Cutler James on Evolve so far. I've actually really enjoyed his run. I was hesitant at first because I really didn't enjoy him on NXT and with Darkstate. But so far, I think he's been pretty good. I've really enjoyed, I don't know, something just feels different about him. Like, I'm not going to say he has charisma, but there's something about him that I'm just like, I see this guy. I like this guy. I want to see more of him. So yeah, it was fun. It does kind of suck that the Mog Squad went 3-0 last week against everybody, but now tonight they lost every match. That kind of felt weird, but I'm not bothered by it too much because they did face some good opponents. The match was good. I really enjoyed it. I love the dynamics. But yeah, most importantly, I'm really enjoying Cutler James, which is surprising for me.
Okay, oh my God, I want to put him on the wanted list so bad, but it's okay. Hear these thoughts?
Yes, sir. Cutler James is just okay with me. And I'm just wondering like why they haven't won so much. It looks like that obviously they think a lot about this guy at this point in time. So it's just kind of interesting to see what trajectory they're going to go with his whole situation. And I think the Mod Squad didn't try to jump him after it was over because Thatcher was right there. So probably there would have been some repercussions for that. Maybe they still think the security guards are still hired and they saw what he did to Harlan Lewis and they want to keep the arm. So, but it was a decent match. I like it anytime I see CJ Valder wrestles. It's always very entertaining to me.
Same team. Terrell and CJ?
Yeah, it was pretty good. This was a good Cutler James match. I say that. He did pretty good on that match with him and CJ Valley. They did pretty good hard hitting match, so I rate the match at least B minus. They did like a B minus. So it was a pretty good match for him. So I'll give him props on that.
I'll give this match a B plus, and that's only because he looked more comfortable in this match when he was
Yeah.
in the ring. The moves were more smoother. There wasn't robotic like the first two matches he had with his dog. Cutler James, I have had faith in his promo ability, as the personality, since I first saw him in Next Gen in WWE. That was like a Roku TV show or something when they was like doing the tryouts. And like I said, man, he has the potential to be a solo star. I know a lot of people would say, "Oh yeah, he's on Evolve. There's like a demotion." No, I think this is to showcase his his singles in ring competitiveness, if that's even a word. I don't even know if that's a word or not, but I think it's just to showcase him as a singles competitor, though. So I liked it.
It is a word. Also, they said on commentary that he is the inevitable one of Dark State. So apparently, like he's like the final boss before you get to the other guy. So that's fine. That's fine. Shauna, your thoughts?
I literally, as soon as it hit that it was Dark State, I was like, are you freaking kidding me? We got Cutler James again. I just rolled my eyes. I will say something on the commentary that kind of irked me from Stone, to go back to this, and I mentioned it on the podcast. He mentioned something to the effect of he hasn't been watching Evolve or paying attention, so that's why he was coming down to do commentary. You have Evolve talent on your show. Why are you not paying attention? How do you not know what's going on? If you're supposed to be kind of over them on an umbrella, I was like, come on, dude. So that just kind of irked me in a weird way because I'm like, so you have these people on your show. You don't know who they are. You don't know what they're about, what's going on. So I don't know if he was meaning just the Mog Squad because some of them have not appeared on NXT, but that just bothered me. So I'm just going to get that rant out. I did like the match. I love CJ. I think he's great. He's just one of my favorite. He's probably my favorite member of the Mog Squad. So I like the match. I just was like, why Cutler James again? Are we trying to give him a character? What are we doing? Could it have been someone else? I'm just over Cutler James at this point. And why is he getting a win streak and not some of the other Evolve talent getting the win streak? That's what I have to say about that.
That's true. Now, before EOD, commentary did say that the Mog Squad, because Robert, like, hey, what do you think their plan is for the Mog Squad? Oh, since they're here week by week, they should get better and better. Like, motherfucker, you said you didn't even see them.
Well, in defense, if you're on there every week, you should hopefully be getting better. So, like, maybe it was a generic statement. You would hope that's what would happen. But yeah, I thought the match was cool. I actually like what they're doing with Cutler James. I think the whole no personality is the personality because on NXT he actually did have some person. So we know he can cut a promo. We know he can do like other stuff because you guys, especially the ones that were watching NXT Time with D-Walk, when I would show up on the show from time to time. Yeah, I know I hated Dark State. Like they were Timu Nexus to me, and when I started kind of liking them was because of Cutler James when he would start doing a little funny stuff, like the weird things he would say because they had no personality at all as a group to begin with. And I'm like, okay, this is kind of funny. I like that they did that for like a couple weeks, and that kind of got me to turn my opinion on Dark State. Now I actually do like Dark State, but it took a long while for me to like them. But I do like this no business Cutler James that we got going on, and I remember on the Evolve effect. I think Shannon was saying like a heel versus heel thing, and I was wondering if they even had this match to kind of turn maybe Cutler James more into a tweener. Maybe he's just there for business and everything. Okay, it's not that he hates you or he likes you. It's a wrestling match. I want to wrestle you, and I'm going to do my thing. And I thought it was really good. And CJ, he's really good. The only thing with him, it's not even a bad thing. I would just say that because they all have distinct looks, but every time I see CJ, he's always got a different outfit on, which is cool. Or it just, I think it's because he has the long hair. So sometimes it's not out, so he looks completely different to me sometimes. And I think that's kind of cool and everything. So, like, if I were to take all my hair out, like right now, it's like I would look completely different. So, well, except for my giant ass beard. But anyway, yeah, the match to me was good. I guess I would give it a grade. I'll give it a B plus. Like, because I really did like it. And Cutler's non-flashy moves is. I like it. He's doing a lot more singly than he ever did on NXT. So we're seeing this real, like, his whole moveset now. So
now, sorry for my internet, guys. Cardi actually has a weird theory. Bring it up.
Okay, so shout out to Shauna for this. When you were talking about Cutler James, it just kind of clicked for me with Rizzo coming on this episode as well. Isn't the timing kind of weird that Cutler James is coming in and getting all these wins right around when Rizzo shows up on Evolve?
And they're together. And they're dating.
Wait, who's
Don't
he
you
dating?
put that out there as a room?
Rizzo.
Oh.
Yeah. Rizzo was in the game for like a year. They moved in together and everything. Like all wrestlers do in NXT. They moved in together.
I don't know if Rizzo got that kind of pull over people. But yeah, I see what
Yeah.
you're saying. Like you got that kind of pull.
It seemed like it.
I mean, yeah, he don't have that type of pull, but we'll talk about that a little later. Let's get to the second part. Now,
You don't know. Rizzo might have pull.
I
might.
She's still there.
We have pull to bring Rizzo down. Jada Parker, be careful.
The women in WWE have
Jada
pull. All of them that got boyfriends, they all got pull.
Oh, of course. Except for Hale.
Yeah.
She goes to weird other places, and then anyway, I'm not gonna crap on Tia Hale. I have a theory about this. Next up, after they lost the match, they were leaving. Dax is like, "Hey, where you guys are going? Santi Rivera, Santi and Jakari, or Sweet and Santi, as Mike Max calls you. You have a match next to the tag team. Think you guys are the best tag team in the division? Well, here you go. Romeo versus Noam Dar. I'm gonna speed this up too. This match was based on. I loved this little, like, every time they tag, they hop in and out, hop. They were really good together. At a certain point in the match, Yukari does a German suplex. And as he does the German suplex, he overstocks it, like overshoots it. And then 1-2, and then the foot got on the rope, and the referee and Thatcher saw that. The Mog Squad thought they won. Like, oh, we won. And they're like, the commentators are confused. Thatcher's confused. The referee's confused. Like, no, dude, you didn't win. Like, oh, we lost. We won. No. Romeo jumps over the ref, boom, jumps back in. After that, Mr. Noam Dar and Romeo do the, I gotta call it the pancake flip. Pancake suplex. It was actually very nice for the 1, 2, 3. And Romeo and Dar are 2-0 in tag teams. And to add this together, Thatcher tells Max Abrams, "You're gonna have a match too, but I'm gonna be nice. That's next week against the person that you fought and you attacked, and that was on TNA." And for a second, I thought it was Ricky Sosa. I was like, "But he's never been on Evolve." So I'm like, "Oh damn, it would have been awesome." But you have Chad Starboy Hall next week. So, Coach, your thoughts on the tag team of Romeo and Dar beating the Mog Squad, and Chaz versus Max Abrams Part 2 next week.
Honestly, I low-key forgot about Starboy Hall. I kind of, like, he's not erased from my memory. I just forgot he was really on the roster because he really hasn't appeared a lot. And when they said someone from TNA, I really couldn't call out who it was because he had one TNA match and then was gone from there. So, yeah, for a moment, I just forgot about him. As for the tag team match, you guys know I love Romeo Moreno. So I was just happy to see him finally getting some more momentum. I hope they acknowledge this on NXT somewhat, because didn't they on NXT a while ago say that he and Noam Dar can't go after the championships because they need to pick up victories, and here they're on Evolve like wrecking the scene. So I hope some way they acknowledge that, because I think that could be cool. But yeah, Again, I don't like how the Mock Squad lost all of their matches this week when they just won last week. But it's fine. Everybody who won were credible competitors, so it's not like a massive downside for me.
Okay, that's fine. Hear these thoughts?
Yeah, I'll second what Coach said as far as Noam Dar and Romeo winning, because they just said on NXT this week when he was talking to Super Sean Legacy and DVD, they were like, we've had chemistry, we've been here long enough, and they're starting to get these wins and evolve. So it'd be cool if they can apply it to the main roster. But as far as the match itself, I thought the match was a lot of fun to watch. But this is going to be the only time I have a problem with Timothy Thatcher, and I like Timothy Thatcher. But the entire time, and we'll talk about these guys later, the entire time your bootleg security was wrecking havoc. You didn't discipline them not one time. As soon as the Mod Squad come out there and compliment each other, you come out there with your 3 teeth and discipline them for it. Why? What did they do? They didn't do anything. And they get back-to-back matches, get punished for that? Come on, Timothy. What are we doing here, man? That's not right.
That is true. He's right. He's right. He has 3 teeth anyway. That's his choice.
I think he
give him free dental.
I don't know, man.
Timothy Thatcher, if you watch it, I'm sorry. I don't want to wrestle.
Yeah, you need to say that. It's called Talk That Shit. He got his ass wrecked, and every time he talks shit about Thatcher.
That is true.
That is true. You need to know your thoughts.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord.
That was AI.
That was not AI, don't lie. Terrell, so you did with your thoughts on the tag match and Chaz versus Mac next week.
Ooh, that was fun. But yeah, that was pretty fun to watch. Yeah, and I really liked the Noam Dar and Rico kind of tag team. They pushed them along through pretty good with it. And hey, but you said they don't get But yeah, I enjoyed the match though. They didn't think they tried to pull a fast one with that
Push me up the chair.
We did.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
I'm good with it.
Oh, jeez.
Lord, man.
Oh my God.
But yeah, I like they pulled a fast one when they count when they thought they had him, but it was a vote. But you know, trying to pull a fast one. Yeah, I like that. I can match all through. Yeah, Roman and Noam need to keep going as a team. They improving as a team.
Yeah, the tag team was good. The tag team match was amazing. Noam Dar, that's my dude. I love Noam Dar. Always been a big fan of his. I love seeing the work that him and Romeo has. I can imagine B, bro.
But I like the match. Hey, I like the match. I'm ready.
Okay. Shauna, before we get to you, the part I didn't say is that during the match, they cut to the back where Zena Sterling walked into a conversation between Sloane and Gianna and Veronica Haven, which I did love. I did love that Sloane said, like, you're invited, so I don't have to drive anywhere to pick you guys up, so you guys just got to change before you come outside. And then Ms. Zena Sterling got mad because she's like, I'm in the locker room. Sloane's like, yeah, you're in the locker room, but you're not in this conversation. You need to go. And Veronica Haven was trying to fight as she was walking away, trying to be all tough, like a little tough chihuahua. So that's just Haven. Your thoughts on that and the match?
Yeah, so as I will keep calling Veronica Haven Fallon, like, just ignore me if I keep calling her Fallon. I'm used to her indie name. I liked it because they have that segment on NXT every now and then where it's like that creepy camera, like looking in. So it was kind of seeing that being like, okay, so kind of thought maybe that was a tease that we would see Xena at the celebration. So I was like, okay, maybe it's leading into that. But I enjoyed the match. I think it's really funny how on Evolve, Noam Dar and Romeo are like, yeah, we're the best of friends. We're going to go out and do all this. And then on NXT, they're like, oh, I don't know if we can do this. So I think it's really funny. I love their chemistry. together. I love the match, like where everybody was confused. I thought was great. Thatcher just sitting there looking like so annoyed in VIP was just like, dude, what are you like, why are you going after them? You know, I get it, like they ticked you off, but you're just like sitting, like he was sitting there like this the whole time, just like aggravated at them. So it made me chuckle because I was like, well, these are the ones you're mad at. But I enjoyed the match. I love these two together. I just hope No Arm stays healthy. Like, it's so nice to see him back. Please stay healthy, so we can get this going. And I think, you know, with them being there now, something we see happen later, like getting a new tag division going on Evolve, I think they're going to be, you know, the leaders for that tag division. And I think Noam too, for something we see later on, I think is going to has more of a unique role in Evolve than he does on NXT, you know, based on a segment we see later. So I highly enjoyed it. I just thought this was funny because the Mog Squad, I said this on the podcast, the Mog Squad, yeah, they can run roughshod on everybody, but they need to have a moment that they're cut down because they can't be indestructible and unbeatable at all times. So I think this was a good way to give them some losses without taking away from what they're trying to build up for this faction. I think this was a good way to give them a loss. It's not really going to hurt them because they can say this was all on Thatcher that they had these losses and not on what they are doing.
All right, I guess I'll go.
Yeah, I was about to say Alex disappeared again.
Okay. I actually really like this match.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Oh, we heard you now.
I think he's muted again.
Okay, well, okay, I'll just keep going.
You can go, Yodi.
Okay.
He's wreaking havoc on this.
I thought the match was really good. I did like Thatcher put a match together, but like with Here He Starts was saying earlier, and I think Coach alluded to it. Why was he so mad at the Mog Squad? It's like, I get being a little mad just because they're healed, but you saw what the security did like at Succession, and you're taking like, it's like he took out all his frustration because he fired them, so I guess maybe he can't do anything else to them technically. So it's like, all right, I don't like the Mog Squad, and I don't like security. So I'm gonna take all my frustration on the security guys out on you guys, because this was a little overboard when he was going to. They didn't really do anything too crazy in that match for this level of get back. So but it was a good match. It was a good showing with Santi and Ball. So I'm glad he did also establish like, okay, this is the tag team of the group. And Thatcher was like, okay, basically, y'all a new tag team. Y'all want to, I think you're like unbeatable. So I'm like, I agree with Shauna on that. I think we might finally get those Evolve tag team belts. We have a lot of tag teams right now in Evolve, and the fact that Noam Dar was there, I do like the pairing. I think Here He Starts says about what they said on NXT. What I thought was weird is that how Stone said they got to rack up some wins. That's why they weren't in the Fatal 4-Way, but Legacy and Dorian Van Dukes was in the tournament, and they basically just formed themselves. So I thought that was weird. I'm like, if you add Evolve to it, what they got probably like 2 more wins than they do, probably like 3 to 4 more matches than they have. So I mean, that's neither here nor there. But I kept thinking that was weird. Even when they did it, they're like, "Oh yeah, you got to rack up some more matches." I'm like, "But you just formed these."
But then they tried to lie. Remember, they were like, "Oh, they've been together for a long time, so they got all this chemistry." And I'm like, "Since when?"
That's like us being like all of us in the panel being together. We haven't had an actual wrestling match together though. But
exactly.
we know each other. We know each other. That's what it was like. Oh yeah, they might know each other, but he was in a tag with EK Prosper longer than he was in a tag with Dorian Van Dukes. And they didn't even explain why they. Well, anyway, that's a whole other thing. But
I know. I'm gonna interrupt real quick. I know
go
if we all ever got into a match, Hughie's thoughts would carry us through it. I know you would take all the burden for us.
Why?
He's going to be Max Abrams of the group.
He's such a nice guy. He'd carry us all. You wouldn't even try to say. You just stay in the ring the whole time. You'll be like, "Don't worry, I can handle this."
It just get beat up.
That's what Max did. He took it for the team. Like
and we also have to remember with Max and Starboy, Max just took the ID championship off of Starboy at the Nightmare Factory a couple weeks ago.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so this will be like the 3rd match. Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope they
it's not looking good for Starboy. It's not looking good for him because Max has had his number.
Yeah, my squad just get Thatcher some gold shorts, man. That's all he wants. That's what's going on. He just wants some gold shorts.
But yeah, it was just crazy the level that he was going after the Mock Squad.
That's what I'm saying. He was jealous. He was like, "Where's my shorts at? I didn't get one."
Yeah,
but he even said in the VIP session.
Was good. It was really good. Like Noam Dar and them, or they're a good tag team together. I do like them. They just flow so well, and I'm just glad that Noam Dar is back also. And like Shauna said, I do think he has another role with Evolve that's more than just wrestling. Like a legit like other role, because they don't have people, let's see, of his vintage on Evolve. We'll just say that and everything. Everyone's pretty much fresh and everything, not seasoned like Noam Dar is. So I think he's there to kind of help some of these people along also, kind of like an Andre Chase like situation. So
yeah, I like that tag team a lot too. Romeo and Noam Dar, they're great together.
They really are.
All right. Hopefully I'm back again and you guys can hear me.
We hear you.
All right. Now, back in the universe of Evolve, in the backstage of NXT, but Evolve, Harlem Lewis and Aaron walk up to each other face to face. They say, "Look, I know your past," and Harlem says this first, like, "I know your past and everything else, and I respect you." And Aaron says, "Look, I don't want to hear your backstory." I love that EOD brought that up too. Like, I don't want to hear your backstory. We've already heard this 1,000 times. You grew up you grew up poor. No one gave you any opportunity. This is basically, I was telling Cardala, two sides of the same coin. They're both the same person, but just grew up in two different realities.
I was telling you that.
You told me that.
Saying like,
sorry,
I was telling
you. So Sloan Jacobs going on here.
Yeah, the Royal was saying that, and they were saying that, "Oh, I have a rage, and I'm gonna release all my anger on you, Aaron." And Aaron says, "You don't think I have glamour, but I have grit. So I'm gonna show you and everyone." And I love that they kind of copied Ricochet, Velveteen Dream in a similar fashion. Oh, show the world, Aaron, and then it just walked away. I'm like, okay, that's pretty cool, and it's just so weird seeing Aaron work like. It's true. The curse of Harlem is really strong. He'll never win the belt. We've said this. We control the fate of Evolve anyway. So, Coach, your thoughts on Harlem Lewis and Aaron Rourke next week?
Man, I really want Harlem Lewis to succeed, but there's just something that isn't clicking with him regarding his promos. At least I'm waiting for him to like blow me away with something, but it's just never happening. And I felt the same way here. It wasn't bad, but it's so average that I never really get too invested in it. And it's the same thing over and over again. Overall, it was fun. I would have preferred to see this in the ring instead. I really like it when they do like championship confrontations in the ring instead of just doing a backstage segment. Not that it was bad, just my personal preference. But overall, I think it was pretty good. I don't think we should give it a rating. We haven't given ratings in a while. But I think it was fine.
Yes. Thank you for being the auditor of Evolve and reminding me that I haven't done ratings for a while. I respect that. Hear these thoughts. Your thoughts on the promo? They almost kissed.
I didn't notice that part. They did almost kiss. I thought it was going to happen. But as far as this whole thing, I've already had my own opinions about Harlem Lewis promos. But I think out of all of them, this probably was the most believable one out of all of them. And I like the factor of what you just said, Alex, about the two sides of the same coin. People saying you're not supposed to succeed and you come up and eventually do something with your life. And I thought that was great. And I like that that Aaron Rourke stopped him when he tried to go back into that whole family backstory once again, because we've heard it 3,000 times already. And the way he makes it sound like the Evolve Championship was like a family crest that's been in his family for like millions of years or something like that. But I do like the fact that they went back and forth. I do like the dichotomy between the two. And Harlem Lewis, I think the thing about him is when there's some things in his promos that's good, but I think it's just that his size compared to his demeanor is different. Like it sounds like he talks too soft for his size. Like it's almost like he's gently talking to everybody but threatening them at the same time. And that's the part that I think doesn't really click for me. But as you said, I don't think he's ever going to win the championship, unfortunately, no matter how sad his story is. But I guess we'll have to see.
That's true. CJ Movie Terrell, your thoughts on this? And the fact of this little extra Easter egg, we know Thea Hale is arriving to Evolve. We just don't know when.
Yeah, I kind of see this. I see it pretty soon. But I like the segment. It's pretty good. Like that's a good. They're good. They had an extra. They had a segment between the two before they match next week, so it's good to prompt that amp that up. And it got me though when Aaron had said, "So hold on, so enough of your backstory." Like, yeah, we had enough of it. We heard it before already too many times. But yeah, other than that, it was pretty good promo between them.
Yeah,
I'm
I
looking
liked
forward
it.
to it.
Yeah, the segment was really, really nice. We did see the Easter egg as well with Thea Hale, the photo drop that she did with all the photos and saying she's coming for the titles and different things like that. So it's pretty dope to see her as the performance and the champion as well too. It's pretty cool. But as far as with the backstage segment, it was actually, I mean, not backstage segment, the vignette or promo. It was cool. I really enjoyed seeing it. It wasn't like all, too savvy. They both were just, basically revealing that they both can resonate with each other. You know what I'm saying? They both have a struggle story that is dang near similar. The only thing is that they both um were teased in a way, bullied in a way for different reasons, but they both can, literally say, we've been through, similar struggles. Um, Aaron Roy, he might end up winning. The reason why I say that is because just how Harlem Lewis, told him, showed his other side. If he could be glamour and grit, you know what I'm saying? He could be sweet and sour. Okay, show the world you could do that then. And as soon as Aaron Roy said that, the first thing that popped up in my mind was the Michael Jackson song, "Is It Scary?" Um, I recently had a no, like dead serious. I recently had a private moment to myself with that song because so many people can say so many negative things about you. They can say you're not going to be successful. They can say that you're going to be a failure. They can say that you would never amount to nothing. They can say that you a bad guy. You know what I'm saying? They can say all these things about you. And as soon as you show them these things, it's scary. It's scary to see it. So if that's the energy that Harlem Lewis wants, if he don't want the glitter, he wants the grit. I say Aaron Roy, give it to him. That's what he asking for. Give it to him.
Oh no, we lost
Oh, we
Alex.
lost. I guess Shauna, you're up.
Yeah, so I had said earlier on the podcast that this segment between them for the match really felt like a gentleman's agreement. Like had that agreement between them where Aaron's like, "Hey, you came in, you stood by me. I think I'm going to give you this title opportunity." And they had those words, and they weren't bashing each other really. They were just having a conversation, talking about themselves, what the championship means to them, everything. And then, they did the fist bump at the end. So I liked it because it was just a very much that gentleman's agreement. Like, yes, we're going to do this. Bring your best self. I'm going to bring your best self. May the best man win. And I just really like that because it was a nice, refreshing change of a style of promo.
Yeah. I hate my local internet. EOD.
Yeah, for me, I got to push back on everybody on the panel because I know this match is supposed to happen next week. But this is supposed to be a one-on-one match between Harlem Lewis and Aaron Roy, correct? Because every time this man was supposed to get a one-on-one match for a championship, it didn't happen. So I'm afraid that something's even going to happen next week that we might not get this match. Hopefully we do. But that man was, like I said, he was number one contender for months, and he got leapfrog a bunch of times as the number one contender. So hopefully we get this match next week. Now, I did like the vignette, or not the vignette. It kind of felt like it because Tubi has upped their budget for Evolve, so the camera was very nice. And I think that was the reason why we didn't get the in-ring thing, because I think they were just showing out. Just like, hey, look at our camera quality. Look what we can do now. So nice. For real, I mean, that was nicely put together. I'm like, it was still the same XT backstage that we always know, but that camera in the purple made it look fresh. But yeah, like Shadow said, like it felt like a gentleman's agreement. It's like, okay, we got some some respect for one another, begrudgingly or whatever. But we respect each other. But just because I respect you doesn't mean you don't have something that I want. And as the Evolve champion ship, and that's what Harlem wants. So even though I respect you, I got to do what I got to do. And I do think this is probably Harlem's best promo. And I've always said it. It's like maybe I think he's better at like just saying things instead of like saying something that's written for him and everything. So this came out like natural and everything to me. So I think that's the thing. I'm like, just give him some point and say, okay, I need you to get this thing across. Say it however you're going to say it. And I think that's how it. I think that's how it came out, and I thought it was pretty good because when he does this thing, like I always say on Instagram, when he was over here trying to roast Aaron, it was good. But the writers weren't writing it for him or anything like that. So just I don't know. I kind of like that. Aaron is always good, and in any event, I think Aaron's probably going to end up winning this match. Because I just can't see any other reason why he wouldn't win it. It would be nice if Harlem was to get it, but I don't know where the storyline would go or anything like that. So I'll just have to say, I think Aaron's going to get this one, and people are scared of Aaron Rourke for a reason. Even the Disney bullies are afraid of Aaron Rourke. So when you talk about the glamour and grit, we know we've seen you go. We've seen you like take out like 4 people before. We've seen it. So yeah, but I am looking forward to the match though. Like a completely one-on-one match will be pretty good if it happens. So. The end.
You here, Alex, or are we going to continue without you?
Yeah, I'm here. Okay, my internet is going like every 5 minutes. I'm getting tired of this. Okay, all right. We're gonna fast forward one segment because I don't really care. I hope Coach doesn't get offended by us. Gail Dixon and named woman backstage doing a photo shoot. Wait. I'm sorry. Cardi M, your thoughts on this? I totally forgot about this. My apologies.
No, I'll just say it quickly and get it over. I really like this thing they're doing with Aaron Rourke and Harlan Lewis, and I was gonna respond to what Here These Thoughts was saying earlier about how Harlan Lewis is so soft spoken. I kind of like it. It's something different. It reminds me a little bit of Bryce
Donovan.
Bryce Donovan, yeah.
They call him Bryce Dick.
I was like, no, Bryce Davis or some shit. And how all the guys in the Evolve in the very beginning were like so aggressive and just talking like, and then they all stopped because they realized it wasn't working and they calmed down a little bit. So he can be threatening and daunting and whatever, and he doesn't have to be loud about it. So,
well, he doesn't have to be loud about it. I give him the respect of that, but next time, like, really choose your words.
I'm hard. I'm rock hard.
Yeah, it works. Okay, so let's just go off that. Okay, now, Kale Dixon in the photo shoot with an unnamed girl. Oh, you're gonna raise the ratings of Tubi, baby. And then he did a little. Anyway, this. Next up, Harley Riggins versus Uka Sasaki. Uka Sasaki, who's had 26 MMA matches, 9 matches in UFC, fights Harley Riggins. Harley Riggins thrusted on a person, threw his wet hair on a person, grabbed the sign that said Harley Riggins is the future and threw that in the freaking floor. That damn sucks. Uka Sasaki, holy shit, where have you been, sir? Like in the first 30 seconds, roll-up attempt into an arm bar to Harley Riggins, and it looked so transitional. Slide under the foot quite beautifully. But Harley Riggins being Harley Riggins, did one freaking move, did a power move, did the pop-up knee for the 1-2-3. Uka Sasaki, who's had 9 legitimate fights in UFC, lost to the thumper humper Harley Riggins. That's now before we go to post-match, Coach, your thoughts on the match?
Hey man, Harley Riggins' reign of terror is just starting. He's following his father, Triple H. It's gonna go good for him. Yeah, but I was kind of excited when I saw this match announced because I've been wanting more diversity in Evolve, specifically like Japanese wrestlers or luchadors, just more than just the casual wrestlers we got. Not that there's anything wrong with it. I just like to see the different styles. So I was excited to see this match. ended a bit too quickly for my liking. But overall, it was good. I really like Harley Riggins too, so I hope this leads to better stuff, especially since he's alone now without Cam Hendricks. So hopefully he gets a push because I really do like him a lot. But like, what happened to Jax Presley? Is he ever gonna come back, or what's his status at the moment?
Jace Presley.
Yeah, that's his name. We just said something about him too when we were watching it.
Hmm. But yeah, that's my thoughts. So hear these thoughts. You can go next.
Oh yeah, so yeah, it was interesting because when they announced Uka Suzuki, I was like, I haven't seen this guy since like a couple matches I've seen his in Pro Wrestling Noah. So I was like, oh, he's involved, and just like you said, like having a little bit more diversity from luchadors to Japanese wrestlers is cool, and I like this match. It was hard hitting. That's like one of my favorite types of matches to watch. And just like Alex said, for him to announce that he had that many matches in UFC to lose like this is a pretty interesting call. I don't know if it's because he lost more fights than he actually won, if that's how they wanted to do this match. But at the end of the day, I thought it was great. I thought it was hard hitting, and I want to see another match with him and probably him and Harlan Lewis. I think that'll be a great hard hitting match as well. So I thought it was a pretty good match.
TJ Wolfie Terrell, your thoughts on the match before we get to the post?
Yeah, that match was pretty good. Yeah, Oka, yeah, he's really talented, man. Timothy, I was scouting up for him. It's pretty good. Good scout. Yeah, he was impressive in this match. And Harley, yeah, he's trying to turn it a little bit too. So him getting this W is kind of good to start off his singles career and by himself. So his Cam is kind of been out of there right now. I know he all evolved right now. So yeah, it was pretty. I give it a B plus.
Yeah, I get a match B plus as well. It was dope. I just feel like Harley Riggins, he could have took a L. Honestly and truthfully, he could have took a L.
You want to start off your singles like that?
Yeah, he could have took one. But post match, it made sense, and we'll talk about that next.
Shauna, your thoughts?
I liked the match. I really did. I would like CJ said. I just was really shocked that Harlem won. Like Harley won. I was shocked. I was like, it's a new person premiering, and you're going to give them the loss. So I think it'll be interesting.
Yeah.
And I know there's been that talk up in NXT with Naraku losing and getting like a faction around him. So I'm wondering if he was just kind of on there to kind of get his feet wet. So he's going to have a cup of coffee and then go up with Naraku in NXT. So I think it'll be interesting to see how long he sticks around. But it is nice to see, like they were saying, like the variety and stuff with the wrestler. So it's not the same on there. But it's going to be fun to see if, we see him here a little bit longer or if he pulls double duty for a while. But really excited to see what he brings to the Evolve table.
EOD.
All right. Yeah, I agree with Sean. Like I heard like the same rumors, so I was surprised when I saw him debut on Evolve. But it makes sense and everything. Get your feet wet, learn the style that they use in WWE. So I mean that was fine. The fact that they brought up his resume, and I think the reason why they brought the resume, that's the reason why Harley won, to show that Harley is legit threat, because he's always been the bully and everything, and right now he's on his own, like Bianca Belair. He's on his own, I guess the word. But yeah, it's a good way of showing him like, okay, no, he's a legit threat. He could a legit threat to actually even become a champion on Evolve. So unless we're not going to talk about the post yet, so I'm not going to talk about that. But the match was really good. And again, maybe he's I'm not saying his last name because it's got a lot of S's and I already have a lisp, so it's kind of hard for me to pronounce. But yeah, the way he came in there, I think he's kind of like a Noam, could possibly almost like a Noam Dar situation. Everything like he's probably like he could, even though he debuted, he could probably take the loss. You're probably not going to remember that he even lost this match like in about a month anyway. So just something to put a feather in Riggins' hat and everything, since now he's kind of doing his own thing. So
Okay. It was a good match. I didn't like it that he lost. I mean, if you fought 9 people in UFC, even if your own weight class, you can still get. Like, you guys have the same amount of time in wrestling. Oh, he's been in 2 years of wrestling from Noah, and Harley Riggins is 2 years wrestling in the PC. I get it. You brought him in as an excursion from Noah. I didn't like that. But the post, ladies and gentlemen, Harley Riggins comes out, and I was expecting Mr. Chewy Martinez to come out and just say brother, brother, and get bitched at. But a new person to come out, Adriana Rizzo. And because of that, ladies and gentlemen, I made a song specifically for Chewy, Say Goodbye. Because honestly, we don't really need you anymore. Viewer discretion is advised. This was sponsored by the lyrics of Coach FCHW. You can't say no about it.
Hashtag Chewy sucks. Hashtag bye bye Chewy. Hashtag see you later. Never alligator.
Oh my god.
Now, after that, Adriana Rizzo says, "Hey, where's Cam Hendricks? I don't see him. Where's he at?" Harley Riggins exclaims that he's on him. I'll have his back, he'll have mine. But I'm by myself from now on. And what was the line that he said that was very sexual in the window?
I can either park or pump. I wasn't sure. I can park my big rig wherever I want.
Yes, and
we're not doing something.
Not doing justice for captions. Captions were kind of crazy. So, Coach, your thoughts on how just the post that Adriana Rizzo and now Riggins is by himself.
I don't know. This felt more like episode 69. I think, other than 68, with the amount of stuff that was happening tonight and the innuendos and stuff that are being said.
Yes.
Okay. So this episode is, I'm scared of how next week's episode is going to be, especially with Terrell. But I think it was good. I enjoyed Ariana Rizzo being an interviewer. I do hope she returns as a wrestler because I thought she was pretty good. I hope this isn't permanent for her, but at least it's screen time. I guess you can't complain when you're at least on television. At least you're not fired or anything. So happy with that. As for Harley Riggins, again, really like him. I see a lot in him. So let's see where it goes.
Okay, hear these thoughts?
Yeah, I like that Rizzo is the new person to replace Chewy. Like as soon as they said, and our new, and then I saw who the person was, I was like, I know there's a bright sun over the head of Alex right now. I know he is so elated. I know he is so happy right now. His day just turned upside down. No matter what was going on today, I know he feels amazing right now that Chewy's finally going. And that's all I got from that moment. But yeah, I don't know. Chewy, I guess he's going to get a sponsorship from Oreo.
Absolute facts.
And I guess he's working on that Oreo and Reese's sponsorship from that taco he posted earlier today. So we'll see.
Why do you guys follow Chewy? Like, I don't follow him. Why do you guys follow him?
I follow him just because to be respectful. If I tag him and say Chewy sucks or Chewy's gone, I have to at least follow him to know, like, hey man, you suck.
Wait a minute. It's like I get it, but the logic is like, yeah, in case I say some shit about you, I want to tag you with it.
I want you to know that I'm not hiding. I'm right in front of you saying that you suck, bro. But CJ with Terrell, your thoughts on Adriana Rizzo? Welcome to Evolve.
Oh yeah, happy to see her and happy to do for her to see her going back on TV again. Then being an interviewer now, which is kind of concerned about Chewy if you got you be replaced by Rizzo or you gonna come back now with you or I don't know, but happy to see Rizzo back on TV.
No, Chewy is not coming back.
And that man said he want a day off.
It's set in
That man
stone.
said he want a day off, so he said, "Baby, Rizzo, you want to do something?"
It's set in stone, and I hope it is set in stone. I hope to the God that he is not coming back.
Oh my
You know what
God!
I'm saying? They said no.
He said, "Chewy probably say he involved these."
I actually, I hope Chewie returns just to see Alex's reaction. For no other reason.
Yeah, but it is cool though. It's cool to see Rizzo, she's doing her thing. Harley Reagan's he is solo now and he stepped it, letting everybody know that he is doing his own thing. You know what I'm saying? And it's cool to see. I love it. Yeah, as just like here these thoughts say, hopefully Chuy Martinez get his Choco Taco sponsorship deals. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God!
Get the sponsorship deals while you can, man. No matter what they paying. Get the sponsorship deals, man. They good. They good for you, Chewy. But other than that, I think he'll fit good in AAA. He'll fit real good in AAA as a TV personality. I think it'd be more of his speed, just because AAA has more of a they have more structure, I should say. And as far as with following people that you don't like, I mean, I didn't follow Dante Chan until he left WWE. So yeah. And that's only because I wish him nothing but the best. So that's why I followed him to make sure that his journey probably goes well, even though I really don't keep up with him like that. But yeah, your future. I hope your future is bright and full of chocolate fountains, Chewy.
Oh my God!
Chocolate fountains.
Oh my!
This may be the last. This may be the last time. So one more time for Chewy.
Oh my God!
Shout out, Rita.
Yeah, so I was happy to see her come back. It was kind of a shock because as soon as I saw that they were doing the promo, it was kind of like, oh, here's oh, hey, it's not Chewy. So that was kind of a nice shock. And I think this was kind of that confirmation that Cam isn't doing double duty anymore. I think that was a good way to say that his tenure of doing double duty is officially over with. He's officially there, which I kind of like when they do give us that little bit of like, hey, this person is here, they're doing both, but they're officially there. So I think that was that. And I think it's going to be really interesting to see how his character plays out now that he is solo. He doesn't have his friend there anymore. So really excited to see if they tweak or change anything up with his character, because sometimes you are the bully, you can go and do stuff, but what happens if you don't have that backup and it's you solo? You're not going to have someone to support you there in your actions. So it's going to be fun to see how this plays out.
True. EOD, your thoughts?
Yeah, it was. I was taken aback a little bit because when they got the mic, I'm thinking, okay, Chewy's going to be there. Then it was Rizzo, and Rizzo's been doing this a while on her own anyway. So it's like, okay, maybe somebody took notice. She's not wrestling anyway. It's like, hey, let's put her on there. I do not know if Chewy is gone from Evolve or not, because sometimes you might have an extra person doing something. So I don't know, but I don't despise Chewy like some people in the panel does. I actually think he's okay. I've seen him in AAA. It's I think they just, the way it is with Chewy on the show, they either must let him do it or don't care. Because when he's on AAA, he was different. He was like basically, I guess, everything that Alex wanted him to be on there. It was just doing a regular reporting job, and he's kind of fun when he does the big stuff like the Summer Slams or the PLEs when he's doing the stuff with the fans. So hopefully he's back. If not, then hopefully he's still with WWE. But I do like the fact that Riggins acknowledged Cam and always said, no, he said, I still got his back just like he has mine, but right now I'm going to be on my own. And what this episode established to me, besides the increase in budget, that this was the first episode of the tapings, not last week like we thought after Succession, because they're cleaning up a lot of continuity errors with this show. Cam, he's supposed to be hurt and stuff like that. He was just on NXT, and I was watching that on Tuesday, and I was thinking, yeah, he's like hurt right now. He's at 68% healthy or whatever. But I'm like, but is he going to be on the Evolve tomorrow night, like trying to call out Tate Wilder again? So I'm glad that they was like, okay, yeah, he's just going to be on his own for a while. But if he needs him, he'll be back. But the Tate Wilder situation is still not over it yet. And he says he'll come and find him wherever he's at. And if Tate's on NXT, it means that maybe Riggins might show up on NXT at some point in the future. So it doesn't necessarily mean that Tate will be back on Evolve. Maybe Riggins will end up finding him on NXT. And then we get the Disney bullies back together again on NXT. So I did like that.
I will say one thing I said earlier today too was they had a missed opportunity for Harley not to go up to Stone to say, hey, where's my match? Boss man was supposed to call you to get me my match. You're here. I need something. So I think there was a missed opportunity to have like a little bit of an interaction.
That's true. Your ear's right there. You're literally right there. Ladies and gentlemen, someone's not going to like this, but someone will at the same time. Backstage, Elijah Holyfield with Noam Dar. He asked Noam Dar, look, like, Jensen messed me up in a move, and I'm truly trying to understand this, so can you help me? Noam Dar says, look, it's not because he tricked you, because he's an experienced wrestler. I can teach you how to counter that, and then you go from there. While he's teaching like Elijah Holyfield how to counter that move, Jensen acting like Dark Plagueis from the freaking Star Wars movie, hiding in the background with his like popping out of nowhere with normal pants. By the way, he actually has pants. He actually has pants that don't have any holes. He actually wears shoes. I'm actually happy with that.
That to be checked.
Yeah. I'm happy for him. Now he did like Holyfield says, look, oh, thank you for the help. Everything else, like I've learned how to counter it now, and thank you for that, Noam Dar. Noam Dar kind of like scared, says, hey, don't punch me, please don't punch me, because he's scared of Holyfield. Jensen, again, listening to everything, he tells him like, look, knock the mustache off him. He touches his mustache in fear. And the last thing he said, shout to EOD. Noam Dar's like, Elijah Holyfield was like, oh, I promise you that. Noam Dar says, man, he just sucks. So, coach, acknowledgement from wrestlers themselves saying that Jensen sucks.
I made a vow to not watch any Brooks Jensen content anymore last week. I said I will refuse to watch Brooks Jensen content until he's entertaining. So you guys can skip me. I went to get a drink during this segment. I did not watch it, so
wow.
I have no comment.
Dang.
That's fine.
Oh
That's
man,
fine. But again,
he pulled an Adam Pearce. He pulled an Adam Pearce, man. He has to get a drink.
Yeah, I get that. All right, here are these thoughts. Your thoughts on the Darth Jensenist in the background hiding.
Okay, so first and foremost, shout out to Noam Dar for saying Brooks Jensen sucks. He said exactly what's been on my mind for a long time. So I love when someone who professions in professional wrestling agrees with what I'm saying. Makes me feel a lot more validated than I thought I was. Appreciate that, Noam Dar. You're the greatest of all time today. But as far as that whole situation, I thought it was so when Brooks Jensen first came out and Elijah Holyfield was on the ropes with this whole pelvis in front of Noam Dar's face. And Noam Dar is looking up like this, and Brooks Jensen walks in. I'm like, I can only imagine how that looks from Brooks Jensen's point of view. I'm like, what is going on with today's episode of Evolve? Why is it so freaky? Like, what is happening? And then Brooks Jensen, being the weirdo that he is, he pops out, he looks, then disappears. And he pops back out, looks, and disappears. And he pops out again, looks directly at the camera, and disappears. I'm like, you don't have to stick your whole body out to hear what they have to say about what you're trying to do. So it was, it was just something, you know, that I love about Evolve. It's some things that are so cartoonish. It's like, it's really crazy. But it's going to be interesting to see what Brooks Jensen has under his sleeve to try to go against what Noam Dar just taught Holyfield this entire time, and what new moves Holyfield is going to have outside of just doing boxing moves because of his dad that he's going to bring into that match with Brooks Jensen. So I'm really interested to see how it changes what both of them do in the ring, and I think they can make it really interesting regardless of Brooks Jensen being involved.
Okay, of course. Now, before we get to CJ Wolf and Terrell, Cardi M said her thoughts that Noam Dar was funny, and it was a good segment. I want to add on to that. It was a good segment and everything else. Jensen being all sneaky was pretty funny. The fact that, again, if other wrestlers acknowledge that Jensen just sucks, that could be his gimmick. Like, oh, he's a great wrestler. He just sucks. Like, no one wants to be around him. He smells. He has this weird, like, lucky underwear that he never washes, and we all know this, and we all just don't want to be around him. So that could be that, too. CJ Wolfie Terrell, your thoughts on the promo and Holyfield versus Jensen 2 coming soon.
Yeah, it was pretty decent. Yeah, Jensen being weird, trying to hide behind it in the background, trying to listen in and stuff. But yeah, them camera views, the other some of my 2B got some good payments on them with them cameras. It do look good back there. But yeah, other than that, it's a pretty nice segment. So looking forward to see what Holyfield would do. Well, Holyfield would do during the match next week against him, or what Jensen think he saw. Would think he probably counter what Noam taught Holyfield. So yeah, looking forward to see what they're gonna do next week.
Yeah, the promo was amazing. I love seeing Noam Dar being a locker room leader because that is a true locker room leader, and that's why he's still there. No shot at anybody that's not there anymore. I'm just saying he's a true locker room leader. Brooks Jensen, not so much. I mean, he got some time in WWE, I guess. I could give him that. But he the police, plain and simple. Don't do anything around him because he will snitch. He's a very good eavesdropper. So, Holyfield, I hope he didn't see everything that Noam Dar taught you because that could, come up against you. He could calculate every single thing you do if he did see everything you was being taught. You know what I'm saying? But as far as with the 2B budget, I will say this, just like CJ Whoopi just said, just how everybody said,
Okay.
it's like the same way I feel when I look at CJ Whoopi. It does look good back there. It does.
Wow.
It's looking real good back there.
That is
You know what I'm saying?
That's the Coach at PFW's word of the day. Okay.
Oh my god.
Okay. Donna, your thoughts on this?
Yeah, so I really like this because I think it really also gives Elijah a little bit more of a character because we're like, we don't know what he's going to do, what his character is really going to be, but it's someone that's like, hey, I'm here to absorb, I'm here to take in. And I think it kind of puts Noam in that player coach role, like EOD was saying earlier, like a different style of role, because like being someone that's got tenure within the business. Once we saw Lindsay Dorado, we haven't seen him for a little bit, but him being there for a while, being someone that had, a little bit of, teeth to their career. So I think it'll be really interesting. And I think it shows like a little bit more with Elijah. So I think it's going to be fun if they have that other match to see what all he's countered, to see Brooks can, try to pull anything else off, and Elijah being able to pick up on his tricks. So I really liked it all around.
EOD?
Yeah, I think Elijah is going to be a star because now we can see his moveset. It's like, okay, he can do stuff for the ring. We just need a character for him. And now we're starting to get a character, and I'm just glad he's just a regular person that's like in way better shape than I am, basically. But he's not. They didn't make him to a Keanu Carver clone or anything like that. He's his own thing and everything. Seems like he's just a normal guy that's just trying to pick up wrestling and blah blah blah. So I do like that. And the fact that he even seeked out Noam Dar for advice was pretty good too. It's like, oh yeah, I'm really here. I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to get better. I'm not trying to coast off my name. But to me, he doesn't even go off his name for the most part. Like obviously we know who he is and stuff like that. But it's really not that much of his gimmick except his finishing move. His whole character is he's just him. It's not, oh yeah, I'm his kid and blah blah blah. I'm doing it. So that's what I really like about it. It just happens to be his dad. To him, he's just dad anyway. So he wouldn't know any difference. Like us, he's like, oh my god, he's that guy. But I am looking forward to the rematch between Jensen because it'll be funny if Jensen actually beats him again because he kind of saw what he learned. So now he already knows how to count because, like they said, he has more experience. he didn't trick him. He just has more experience than you, so he knows how to do certain things. But now that he sees what he's learning, he's not going to be perfecting the stuff that he just learned. So it'll be a lot easier for him to maybe possibly reverse it. So Brooks Jensen might actually beat Elijah Holyfield again. So who knows? But yeah, this whole segment was good, and like I said, that quality of the camera, it's just a big difference with the quality of the camera. This just makes it more cinematic. So I just keep harping on that. So I liked it.
Now, before we get to the next segment, Coach, what are your thoughts on Jensen might beating him the second match and then the third match? I said this on the Evolve Effect last week. I'll say it here. Third match between Jensen and Elijah Holyfield. Bull rope match. Your thoughts?
Oh Lord.
Another one?
I will start tuning in and caring about his stuff as soon as he is interesting. And if he happens to be interesting during this feud whatsoever, I will tune back in. But until then, I have no comments on Brooks Jensen whatsoever.
All right, fine.
That people up the corner thing was pretty funny though. You might want to check that out. He was like,
it was funny.
It was kind of funny. Now, excuse me. Let's get to the coronation of Nikita. Oh, before we get to that, they did acknowledge Kendall Gray winning the NXT Championship, so I give them respect for that. They couldn't say it in the timeline, so this is post-production. They just put that in there. I'm like, oh, we got to put that in there now because he's part of us. All right. The coronation of Nikita, or Big Cat Kita. Sloan, Veronica, and Gianna are out in the ring. Cheap, and I mean cheap freaking production of like two flowers and then some little wheat and then a couple one sage that probably is Nikita's and a couple other things.
Those cameras weren't cheap. He had to get the budget on something.
Oh my God! I thought that's gonna get sponsored from the camera company from tomorrow. EOD. I will say they're like, oh, all these celebrities are gonna come out, so let's bring out Big Cat. Let's bring out Nikita Lyons, and Nikita Lyons sings her own song. Cardi M's never heard her sing her own song. She was really just baffled. I remember your face. You're like, what the fuck's going on? Like, oh yeah, that's her own song singing it. It's just like it is hard of a line.
Sometimes she used to sing and
she used to. Then she would gas herself out by screaming before the ring. Like, don't scream before you start the match. You're gassing yourself out. Anyway, she goes in like, oh, it's a celebration of me, and the rest of the guests. Sloan gets a little embarrassed. Let's check on the cards and see who your next opponent is. She grabs some tarot cards. She throws it out like some come out. Veronica Haven and Gianna are doing their best impressions of getting their mind blown and just friends. Then, out of nowhere, not really, because again, Ren Sinclair on Wednesdays, on Happy Wednesdays, did say it like, oh, I got an invitation. Sloan said, I never sent you an invitation. Nikita, after Ren Sinclair said Happy Wednesdays, Nikita's like, that's the wrong show. You're in the wrong place, girl. So after that, I'm just kidding, outside play, squeaky. After all that, Ren Sinclair says, look, I want to add the Evolve Championship, the Rank QCC Championship collection. She did say, you didn't invite Kendall Gray. That's a nice little write-in from her, basically saying, look, we can't bring in Kendall because technically we did the tapings and she was the champion, but we don't know if she's going to have the championship in the next 2 months, so we're just going to not play with that right now. That's fine. Out of nowhere, welcome back, technically, Skylar Ray.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hey, I'm Skylar Ray. You're right. The Ren's like, oh, wait, what the fuck? Okay. Oh, since I won LFG Season 2, I have a shot at that. First off, when in the bylaws Evolve did that happen? Okay, sure. Then in the Evolve, because this is an Evolve freaking parallel universe, ladies and gentlemen, this proves it right here. Layla Diggs comes out and they said, no one invited you. What are you even doing here? No, you're right. No one invited me, but I wanted to announce that I'm on my own. R.I.P. Not really dead, but her career, Mason Holiday. And by the way, I already beat you once, Nikita, so I can just do this again. Gianna steps up, and then Haven comes up from behind like a little child, because she's acting like a little child, and attacks Layla Diggs. Then Ren and Skylar Ray come in. They attack. They go outside. They go to the back. Laney Look comes out like Jason Voorhees and freaking hits Nikita, does a DVD on the table of Nikita. She grabs the belt, which is a no-no for the luck of the belt, and raises it up high, and that ends the show. So we're going to go backwards. EOD, your thoughts on the segment of everything that's happened and the fact that now we have 2 new women in Evolve for the time being, which being Skylar Ray. And can you explain what Skylar Ray said? I'm sorry. What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I could explain it perfectly fine. They used the King and Queen of the Ring rules. They just made them up like on that episode. That's basically what happened, because that's never been a thing before, but it's a thing now, I guess. So that's what happened. I am kind of glad that she's back, because they haven't really been using her on NXT. I have seen her in a couple episodes of Main Event, Skylar Ray. I think the last time I saw on NXT was the Christmas tag match with Shiloh Hill and going against Stax and Ariana, and that's it. So I'm like, hey. So I'm like, hey, at least she's doing something. If you're not going to be doing anything on NXT, do something in Evolve. Ren Sinclair was the one that I was shocked. It kind of threw my whole thought process off when I saw it in there. But I was thinking after I saw it, I'm like, that would have been a good spot for Carly Bright if she was still in there, because she was the person that was like kind of closest to Kendall, and we used to say Carly was just as good as Kendall, just like a smidgen below her, like a 1A, 1B type of person. So that could have been a nice person that could have been there instead. But Red being there as the current Speed champion was inspired. So I'm like, hey, I guess people like the Speed championship or crap about the Speed championship. Like, well, now she's going to be on Evolve too for a little bit. Shawn Michaels did say this would be the year of Red Sinclair, so now she's starting to be a little bit everywhere. Layla Diggs. Okay, I'm going to explain this. All right. This is going to be kind of weird. But just because Layla and Nikita are in the same faction, knowing who their faction leader is Natty, she might want a little something going on between the group to see who's going to be the best, like survival of the fittest type of thing. So I can see it from that point of view. An example I used on the Evolve effect was when Triple H was in the IC division feuding against The Rock. So was X-Pac. And they wanted DX together, so they kind of feuded a little bit, even though they didn't hate each other. Rock and Farouk, same faction, but they definitely could not get along. So it could be the same thing with Layla. And on NXT, she is not exactly on the same page as the rest of the group anyway. So I was like, I could kind of see that in the title. Like, okay, yeah, if you want this, go take it, blah, blah, blah. We'll see if Nikita can handle it, So that's how we're going to have to look at it for right now. Hopefully they address it on NXT TV next week. But so if y'all watching the podcast, please somebody just acknowledge the little riff and maybe a friendly faction banter, I guess, or whatever. And like may the best woman win type of situation. So
I'm gonna tag Nikita. I'm gonna tag Nikita and Layla and say, hey, you guys need to talk about this on Tuesday. Even if they give you the script, you gotta tell Shawn Michaels and the writers, like, hey, we guys are like having a beef and Evolve. Can we just? And that's a good point. You can do this 4 horsemen style, where all three of the four are like, oh, we'll fight each other because we want to be the best at each other. Carmen fights Layla fights Nikita. I don't like that because Nikita is so self-centered. Why would you want to be in a group where you are willingly letting other people in your group fight you? Fuck that! No.
Just give her like a dirty look. I'll be happy if they just kind of give each other some dirty looks when Natalia's like talking to them, and she walks out, and they just kind of just look at each other like a little dirty look and everything. Like, yeah, because you want my belt, and Nikita's stopping me from beating your ass right now, type of situation, type of deal. So.
Now, before Shauna, what are your thoughts on the match? Thoughts on the celebration. Addendum. Ren Sinclair did not have the Speed Championship on her. So technically in Evolve, she's just Ren Sinclair.
Yeah. I just know because of the taping, she was Speed Champion. She hasn't lost, so now she's still the Speed Champion. So that's what I meant.
Which is kind of sad. Like, oh, Ren Sinclair's there in Evolve. Is she the Speed Championship? Well, we don't know. We're in a different universe. But Shauna, your thoughts on the Coronation and the fact that Laney might beat Nikita's first opponent?
So I liked it. I loved everything that they were doing on social media leading up to it between Ren and Lainey and everything. Like all the social media leading up to it was super fun. I do think it was interesting that the two that were there were I'm just going to call her Fallon. That's what I know her by. Fallon and Gianna, like having them there. So it's kind of like, how is that going to play out? If Nikita has a faction on NXT, is she now going to have one with Sloan and them there, since they were the only friends that she had there? The Layla Diggs thing, I'm like, are we doing the two different universes? So I think it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. And the question is, when they taped this, was Layla being part of the Natty faction came after these were taped, and that's why it was there? So, because as we saw on NXT, they were trying to do some shady stuff, and Layla was like, I'm not too sure about this. So I think it's going to play out. I loved it with the tarot cards where she's trying to like deal the cards in chaos. And Lainey, she pretty much said it on social media. Like before it happened, like she was going to be there. So I was like, where's she at? Where's she at? So I think it's going to be really fun to see her there, because she still holds the ID title as well. So she still has it. So she does. So, you know, how is that going to play out? But I think it's going to be really fun. And I think at some point in this reign, Nikita is going to turn on Sloan, because I think Sloan, in her mind, she's one half of the championship for some reason. And I think at some point that may cause I don't know, I can't even think of the word, like a tiff between the two of them, because Sloan's going to try to do everything she can to make sure Nikita keeps it, you know, cost her. But I think we're going to see some tension there with Sloan during this reign as well.
Okay. Terrell, your thoughts on the coronation? Ren's there. Okay, I love that EOD explained in the most logical, political, correct way. But can you explain why the hell Skylar Ray just brought that up a year? We're already ending season 3 of LFG. So why are you trying to act like about a year later? Your thoughts?
Yeah, it was kind of weird, but the coronation was pretty good. Kind of, you know, I actually expected the Xena to come out there during that while everybody else was coming out there on the get a tire shop and stuff. I actually thought Xena would come out there as well, but from what we seen earlier in the backstage segment where Sloan was talking to Veronica and Gianna, and she was talking about you're not invited here or something like that. And I thought she was gonna come out there and handle them for what they did in their locker room. So kind of unexpected for not seeing her, but Lady Love coming back and getting the upper hand on Nikita at the end. Yeah, I see that she's trying to go at the title as well. So we'll see if they gonna have like a fatal 4-way, no one contenders match next week for the title, or some kind of match, a gauntlet match or something like that. So yeah, the segment was good, and I'm looking forward to seeing who they're gonna put as how to do the match for the contenders next week.
Oh yeah. It didn't go as planned, especially not for Nikita, because it didn't really feel like a celebration. It felt like a, hey, your contenders are here. You know what I'm saying? It didn't feel like a party at all. It felt like
It's like a Dollar Tree party or something.
yeah, it really did. It really did feel like she was being set up to fail, for real, like set up to be disappointed. And we got the biggest snake trying to throw her a party. I mean, hey, we see how she's done people.
Fake.
Yeah, yeah. Stallone is fake as crap. You know, she reminds me of a person that will smile in your face. They'll do nice things for you. You ask them for a favor, they say yes, just to find out at a party that they real deal just do not like you. Without like, it's like she doesn't like her, but she doesn't know how to say it. So she just playing her this bull crap party. You know what I'm saying? Have all her favorite things there, all laid on the table. She pulled out her own tarot cards because even Nikita Lyons probably felt, because you know of what she practiced, she probably felt herself that yeah, something isn't finna go right. Let me just, you know what I'm saying, do my own little thing. Let me liven it up a little bit because it's not really going. The vibe is off. Like she felt the vibe was off. And yeah, the vibe was off. Man, Stallone set her up. That's all I'll say. Stallone set her up at her own party, bro. You telling me everybody that came to my party want to fight me, bro? Come on now. And then check this out. Lainey Luck backdoor her.
Yeah.
Come on,
Yeah.
man.
How you think? How she?
Come on now. Come on now.
And she was
Sloan,
hiding
you're a horrible
under.
man. She's horrible. This
Yeah.
big cat Keto we talking about, y'all.
Yeah. I love this whole little like Rogues Gallery like contenders against Nikita because again, I didn't expect her to fight Lainey, Ren, Skylar, and others, but that's fine. That's fine with me. Hear these thoughts. Your thoughts on the Coronation.
Yes. Okay, so as far as Skylar Ray, I think the thing is with Evolve, whenever someone comes back or if they're new, you got to state the most prevalent thing you've done in your career recently. Regardless if you were the hot dog eating champion at the carnival 5 years in a row, or whether you were an LFG or you were a UFC fighter, whatever the case may be, you got to some way force it into the situation. And I guess like EOD says, she used it as her queen of the ring moment, which shouldn't have anything to do with anything. But it's like she has nothing else to talk about, really. But I thought it was pretty cool when she showed up. She got a pretty big pop from the crowd. Even though there's typically only like 20 people there, but they went crazy when she walked out. And I was like, oh, they know who she is. That's pretty cool. But the whole thing, I agree with Terrell. This was all a setup. I mean, Sloane Jacobs did not forget the faces that Nikita Lyons made when she had that championship match against Wendy Chu. She did not forget the fact that after she got beat by Wendy Chu, she tried to ask Nikita for help. Nikita was like, no, get off me, and just kind of walked away. So Sloane is taking the opportunity to set her up purposely to get her back little by little. And then once she gets exposed, she's going to turn into that crazy fan and just go crazy on Nikita. Like it's gonna be amazing, but it's gonna be kind of crazy. And for Laney Luck to come from the back door and essentially do attitude adjustment on her onto a table, we kind of knew that was gonna happen. We saw her say that on Instagram, and then you saw her like sneaking and peeping through the little blinds while everybody was talking backstage, just kind of looking at them, being a stalker. But touching the title, always bad luck. Always bad luck. You can't do that. So now I'm wondering, like, if whatever that title match is, if Xena is going to get involved, because it is weird, just like CJ said, that she was nowhere to be found during this after what we saw that happened in the locker room. So, and Evolve don't do anything for no reason at all. They're not the main roster, so it's got to mean something.
Yep.
All right, Coach, your thoughts on this, and and by the way, and I think Shauna said it. Sorry about that. I think like the known was not mentioned. So, what are your thoughts on that?
From a purely roster perspective, I don't mind this move. I'm happy to see Ren Sinclair and Skylar Ray coming down to Evolve. I think it's going to be beneficial, especially to Skylar Ray, because she hasn't really been doing anything. You'd expect an LFG winner to be more prevalent on NXT, but she's not. And I really like her, so I hope going to Evolve to, like a lot of other people, really reinvents her career. As for Ren Sinclair, I'm a massive supporter of the Speed Championship, unlike some other people here. So I really just wish, the championship was shown or at least acknowledged somewhat. Because, like, I do enjoy the Speed Championship, and I think Ren is a great Speed Champion. So I just wish they put more of an emphasis on this. What I will complain about, though, is I like the Natalia faction that she has with Layla Dix, Nikita Lyons, and Carmen Petrovic. I just hate how they never acknowledge it anywhere else. Because, like, Carmen Petrovic is so cool on AAA, but then she eats losses on NXT in this faction. And over here, they're like, Nikita Lyons and Layla Diggs are kind of beefing, but they're not acknowledging the faction from NXT. I just feel like it's quite messy, and I enjoy the idea of the faction. I'm a big fan of it. I just feel like we need to acknowledge it more because it's so all over the place at the moment. But other than that, I'm really hyped for the two new people to come to Evolve. I like how the women's division is slowly starting to spread out more, and I think it's going to be really good to see how they fit in.
Come on, your thoughts on the coronation and everything happening.
Okay.
Bring it up.
I mean, everybody else already kind of said it. Like the party vibe was not there.
No,
nobody was there. Everybody that did show up didn't like Nikita, and then her own party ended with her going through a table.
Yeah,
like that's sad. So I think the lesson here is Sloan is not your friend.
Nope.
And she's doing this weird parasocial relationship thing where she's like, the belt is ours. you know. So
it's not.
no, it's not.
That's
So
the saddest thing in the world. Like, I will say this for the coronation. I haven't said my thoughts on this. It was very funny. There was no cake. There's always a cake in something, right? And I was expecting them to land on a cake. Not this time. So I'm like, all right,
there was
fine.
a drawing that Nikita did.
There was no cake.
They could afford it.
Oh,
Does Nikita eat cake?
we can't say
No
that.
pie, no pie, nothing.
Nothing. Nothing.
I
Nada.
could have went to Walmart and got some cakes.
Like a vegan
Oh,
cake?
wait, you got a question for the DRWC show. Do you see them eventually expanding Evolve to maybe 70 to 90 minutes after a while to include a few more matches? That's a good question. Let's go on the board. Coach, your thoughts on that question?
I would like it. I definitely think there's enough of a roster and enough stories to expand it. I think it will actually do Evolve so much better if they did expand it. Even just like in half an hour would be amazing.
Yeah, it could do some something good for Evolve. I feel like in the time span that they do have, they cram in a lot of material, and it's actually crazy that they're still more entertaining than 2 to 3 hour shows.
I would say the only reason to justify expanding it is if they're really going to implement a tag division. That's the only reason. Outside of that, I think everything's pretty smooth, pretty quick, and like you said, they cram a lot in 45 minutes already. But if they're not going to if they're not going to add tag championships, I don't see why there would be a reason to do that right now or anytime soon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or they could have had frozen yogurt. Well, not frozen yogurt.
Just could have used the cream pie. Oh my god.
That caption.
Oh no, not the cream pie.
No.
Delete that hashtag.
Not the cream pie. Not the cream pie. We know when cream pies are there. Cream pies that's not a good time. Somebody's going through it.
Okay.
Yeah, Tubi's not the app for that.
I will say this: when Nikita went to the table, one candle survived to the left. I did like that. Like they zoom out, and Nikita's like, "Oh, I'm in pain." And then there's one single fake ass candle on the left, just still standing, just surviving. I'm like, okay, cool, that's it. I was like, but I will say this: it was a great show. It was kind of weird. I forgot one more thing. I didn't want to talk. I didn't really care about this. There's one more segment we forgot about.
Oh yeah,
security.
Yep. Victor Zana and Cheeto Ash. We got fired because we needed a job. And now they fired us, but we don't care what you're going to destroy. So you're destroying people for free. You were dumb enough to work and now you're dumb enough to do people for free. Coach, your thoughts on the tag team of Victor and Shido?
I kind of love the fact that they're just dumbasses. Like, I like that idea for a gimmick for them. They just get into situations they really don't need to get into, and they end up at the same place the whole time. Because, like, they could have just been doing this from the start if this was the end goal. They didn't need to go through all the loopholes to become security and all of that. Like, I kind of like it. I dig it.
Get these thoughts.
Yeah, I agree that they're dumb, but you know what? It could have been smart enough for them, like since they're on probation, for them to get a job inside of Evolve and then get connections with the camera people. Because like what they just did, they pretty much incriminate themselves. They pretty much told the crimes they're going to commit on camera in HD, as EOD said, on nice cameras, of what they're going to do in the future to terrorize a place that they no longer work for. You can't come back to work and just start beating people up after you get fired. It don't work that way.
For free, that's the dumbest thing ever. You're beating people. Like even Harlan Lewis in the beginning of the run said, "I get paid to beat people's asses. Let's go." Like he's getting paid for it. You're not.
You're not trespassing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Trespassing is like.
That's trespassing. Yeah.
Thatcher is badass. But he's not badass like these motherfuckers. Which, by the way, Victor Zana, I love the white afro you had. The white little like that was a cosmetic choice. I respect it. And then Shadow Ash dressing like I have to go out on a brunch with Tiffany Stratton later.
And I remember too that he used to wear that afro during his live shows. Like, so I'm surprised that he actually brought it to Evolve as being this threatening character with his white cotton ball on the top of his head. It's weird, but it's funny.
Yeah, a boxer. It was a boxer with like a UFC fighter that used to wear that thing too. Isn't that like
Yeah.
Isn't it like tradition for something in Russia?
Yeah. Yeah. And that's why it's just like, Terrell, what are your thoughts on this tag team? Victor Zana, Shadow Ash, beating people up for free. Dumbest idea ever.
Well, actually,
AKA
they're not a tag
APA.
team. They're not a tag team because they're not employed. They're just
Yeah.
two thugs that don't have anything else to do but to talk a whole bunch of smack and just predict their downfall. It's kind of like Pooh
Yeah.
Shiesty in a way. Pooh Shiesty. A lot of people were saying that Gucci Mane, um, he snitched. Well, how can you snitch if you're going to rob people on camera in a room full of people? And instead of signing the contract for $10 million, you go in there and rob this man for 500K. Yeah, it's kind of equivalent to beating up people for free. You know,
Like
go get a job. Go be a bouncer.
y'all could just say that
Go be a
APA.
bouncer. Hey, yo, guys, fake APA. You know they are hiring at clubs, right? And guess what?
Yeah.
It's the easiest time to be a security guard at the club. It's the easiest time to be a bouncer. People are literally falling asleep. You're just gonna be at the club just watching people fall asleep, and you're just gonna be stacking paper. It ain't no
Yeah.
true threats. What you gonna do? You gotta wake some people up. You be
Hey,
better
And
off
Terrell,
doing that than to go to your old job and beat some people up for free.
and Terrell, they lucky they didn't get sued for what they did to Harlan Lewis. Now they doing other things to get sued for real. Out of their own pocket.
Oh my.
They worse than they worse than these rappers snitching on themselves.
Oh my.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's true. It's true. Like, and then when they go to NXT, we're a tag team, so we want a job. I saw you what you did in Evolve. Fuck you guys. You ain't getting a job here either. You need to go to AAA. They fight for money. So you fight for money. Actually, yeah, AAA for them is perfect. Fight for money. Just fight for money. Have fun. Get the tag team belt. And then I have a beautiful.
To even say that in 2026 to say that in 2026 is crazy.
It's 2026. Anything's possible. It's like the 70s all over again. I love it. All right. Shauna, your thoughts on the tag team of Shido and Victor?
Yeah, I mean, it was, we see what they're up to. We knew what they're up to. The thing that I really hope is we don't get scheduled matches with them because they're unemployed. They're not really there. I don't want to see a graphic like, oh, hey, they have a tag match next week. I just want them to come in and create chaos, like interrupt matches or someone be out in the ring doing something and then them force their way into a match. I just hope for the little bit where we're establishing whatever we're going to do with them. I do not want to see Thatcher be like, this match is set, whatever. I just want chaos out of them for just a little while longer and then maybe get them in the division to be like, okay, fine, you want it, let's see how you do and go from there.
Before we get to AOD, you brought up a good point, Shauna. That's a good inspiration question. What happens when they go to the middle of the ring and they you try to tell them to get out, and they kind of do their own little home gauntlet where people come in, they beat the crap out of they tap their own 1, 2, 3, and they keep moving on. That sucks for Thatcher. Get in there, fight them. Go on, Van. I called in the Vanity Project, they get destroyed. I called in the freaking Mob Squad, they get destroyed. I called in freaking a broken Jack Cartwheel, the Adrenaline Drip, and they get destroyed. You're gonna have a problem. Then you have to tell them. EOD, your thoughts on that? I'm just rambling.
No, I agree. That's why, I agree with everything Shauna says. I don't want to see him organize matches right now, but I do think they need a reason for them to be there, and I think either Braxton Cole could provide that or whatever Kel Dixon is doing, because we don't know exactly his whole gimmick. Just a way to get them at least in the building. I mean, because they're not security, they're not wrestlers, they're not getting the free tickets from Tubi or from the PC Center or whatever. So we have to have a reason how they're in the building, unless they just never left the building because they needed a job anyway. So maybe they needed a place to stay and they just they're in one of the rooms in the PC Center somewhere and they just never leave. But if they do that, I think that will be just a good way of them why they're there. Braxton Cole's here, so we're here. We're just wrecking shop. Or Dixon, we have a little faction because we're here because he's here. He got us in the building, sort of situation. But yeah, I want to see them for at least a month, just going around, just ruining stuff. Hopefully not the main event of next week with Aaron Warwick and Harlan Lewis, because that could definitely happen. Like I said, Harmless in one-on-one matches for the championship hasn't really happened that much, even though it's been planned plenty of times. So you just never know. But yeah, I'm fine with the faction. It's kind of weird. I wonder if they're going to hire new security to take out the old security too. Maybe that's how they introduce another tag team somehow. They would really
I don't trust that just
tag
hiring
team
process.
He needs maybe Stone will send somebody down. Stone was like he's Stone sent somebody down. So
I like that idea. Like Timothy Thatcher hires 2 new security guards to stop them, but then they just end up joining them because
that's what I'm thinking is gonna happen.
And he's like, oh no. He's like, oh my god.
Like they're related.
Cyrus isn't doing anything right now. He's like, hey, Cyrus, you want to
There you go. No, don't you put Cyrus into this. Cyrus is in his own path of failure. That's not including anybody else. Let's be real on that. I feel bad for Cyrus because he's going to fight Kale Dixon again, lose again, and then deal with that problem later. But I will say this. We have 2 matches next week. We have by the way, yeah, you know what, EOD, you jinxed it. You know those damn tag team, the victors are going to come out next week and stop the match. Because unless my theory was, like I said last week, Diego, Harlan Lewis wins the match, then it's going to be that tag team. There's no way they're going to do a one-on-one. Gabe Sapolsky, I know you're watching this. There's no way you taped this, pre-taped, and you did a one-on-one. You've done the storyline where Harlem is forever cursed. Like, I'm sorry. I'm not going to believe that. I will believe that next week we have Max Abrams versus Chad Starboy Hall, and then we have Harlem versus Aaron Rourke. We're gonna have a women's match, guaranteed. We just don't know with who. Skylar Ray, I don't want to put you on the unwanted list because you're cheating. You're cheating. I respect LFG rules and regulations when you're in the same season. When another season has already passed, that's null and void. That's for me. That's Willy Wonka rules. That's just me. But Cardiam, final thoughts of the show as a whole. 68, almost a 69 as coach, and everyone has said that Terrell's going to predict it perfectly. I don't know why they're putting Terrell's name on this, but they have been saying this in the beginning of the show.
Next week is going to be interesting.
Yeah. Terrell's face like dynamite. Yeah, just like that.
No, this episode was... This episode was interesting. We had... I do love that they kind of like said, you know what, the timeline is all over the place. We're just going with it, and moved on. I like the new additions, and
Stone and Rizzo
and Sasaki.
I like it. I like him.
His name.
It's Ulka. It's so random. I remember it like it's just like a tattoo. Ulka Sasaki. ULKA Sasaki.
Yeah. He seems badass, so I'm hoping that we see him on Evolve for a while. Please do not send him up to NXT anytime soon. Yeah, I give it an A overall just because it was good. It was all over the place. Yes. And Rizzo, welcome Rizzo.
Welcome Rizzo. Jada Parker, you're coming home soon. Coach, final thought, and tell them where they can find you.
Yeah, I think it was overall a good show, despite how much I apparently complained. I think the show was pretty good. I really enjoyed it. I'm gonna give it a B+. It wasn't an A show, but I think the start of the show with all the Mog Squad was really entertaining, and then the finale was also really good. So I overall really enjoyed it. And you can find me as Coach FCHW on YouTube or Brian FCHW on Instagram, and that's pretty much all where I'm active. So thank you.
And you're welcome, sir, for coming by and enjoying this wonderful sound, which is Coach FCHW. We talk about you a lot on the Evolve Effect, which you can find on the Wrestling People and Friendos Network. Hear these thoughts.
Yes.
Final thoughts and where they can find you.
So overall, for me, I'll give the episode an A because outside of the Suzuki match or the Oka match with Harlem, everything else progressed a story or develop somebody's character in one way or another. And I love when wrestling shows do that, from what we saw with the Mob Squad and Thatcher, or with the whole thing with Holyfield, or everything else. Even at the end with introducing all the other people to go after Nikita Lyons. I like when they do those type of things. So it didn't feel like it was as long as it was. But like I said, a lot of character development and a lot of stories getting progressed. So I'm happy.
Okay. Shauna, final thoughts on where they can find. Oh wait. Hear these thoughts. You didn't tell them what they can find you.
Oh, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. Hear these thoughts right above the talking logo. If you see where my face is.
Okay. There you go. Shauna, final thoughts on where they can find you.
I really like the episode. It set up a lot of good storylines. We got a lot moving forward. I think it's going to be really interesting with these storylines, how everything's going to go since we're in a new set of tapings. A lot happened, and it's one of those things where they had asked that question, could we see it go to like 70 or 90 minutes? And they pack a lot in that 90 minutes. So I don't think like it should be expanded, but maybe for some of the bigger shows like Succession or something special, we could have like one-offs of that. I think sometimes on some of these storylines, it would like to see the segment be a little bit more, or maybe throw another match in there. But I highly enjoyed everything that happened. I can't wait to see what ends up happening with the security team, and how everything's going to play out with Lainey and Nikita and that whole part there. It just kind of really feels like they're setting up so much for the women's division, but not enough for on the men's side. So hopefully after Harley and Aaron's, we can get some more build up there, if no chaos happens and the match happens. But you can find me on TikTok, Instagram, and Threads under Shauna Reads Horror, and I do wrestling content and horror book recommendations.
And shout out to DRWC Show, one of the owners of the Wrestling Super Friendos Network on Apple, Spotify, and Spreaker, wherever you can find them. Succession definitely should have been a little bit longer. 4 matches on Succession.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. Like,
yes.
The pay-per-views,
yes.
or, the Successions being an hour and a half
yes.
as well. Like, certain occasions where it calls for it to be over an hour, but for the most
yes.
part, it can just sit around an hour.
I hope Gabe is watching this. The Succession 4, there should be a tag team tournament or a belt by then. If you're gonna start tag teams here, you're gonna have to put a belt, honestly. And Coach Hastings, another bull rope match, another one, and then another one, and another one, and then it keeps going.
And it could have its own special episode where that we know that is what's going to happen.
I mean, for the fact that the fact that they can do anything and evolve. Why can't you I just thought about this. Why can't you recreate the Mankind versus The Rock empty stadium match? Why can't you do that? NXT is big enough. How about with there? Like really
if we can do anything on Evolve, why can't we fire Brooks Jensen?
He's a 5'2" player. He as much as he's boring in overall, he's a really good wrestler, an 80s wrestler, technically.
Well, if we fire Brooks Jensen, then who would be the wannabe 80s wrestler on Evolve?
There is no more.
That's his role.
That's his role, yeah. He's the only one that shows him 80s matches to the young guys. Come watch this. Like oh my God. He's the Eddie Kingston.
Oh no.
No, he is the Eddie Kingston Evolve. He loves Japanese wrestling and 80s wrestling. He talks about it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
He's Eddie Kingston.
Oh, I was thinking of Eddie Thorpe. Okay.
No, Eddie Thorpe. There you go. Because Brooks needs that paycheck, people depends on that.
Oh yeah.
So that's what they say. But anyway, TJ Wolfie Terrell, final thoughts on the show, where they can find you.
Overall, the show a B+. It was pretty good, pretty decent show. And you can find me on my Linktree, while my links through there is Linktree/TJ15. And you give me a good like and subscribe and enjoy.
Oh yeah, man. And you can find me on Linktree/ForRealTerrell. It'll be in the links down below of this video. You can find me and my wife on For Real Love 15 on YouTube. And like we got our own website or something. But yeah, you can find us there together. We'll be working on more content coming, man. And I get a show overall of B+. It was a pretty decent show. You know what I'm saying? As far as with Succession being longer, it should be pretty long. 4 matches would be the sweet spot. 5 matches, hey, sound like a PLE to me, for real, man. So, and they'll be able to pull it off. They're gonna always put on, great shows and different things like that. Like I said, I give Evolve NXT a lot of praise. So yeah, man, they doing good things. And I always notice too that they do really well with the female, the women's division on NXT and Evolve. I know some people have their favorites, that's not getting utilized correctly in their eyes and stuff like that. And it's okay to feel that way, but overall, they booking the show is really, really good.
Absolutely right. EOD, your final thoughts and tell where they can find you.
Yeah, I actually thought this was a really good show, and it reminds me of, like, to me, this should have been like the season premiere if we were going to have a season 3, but I guess we're still in season 2. This felt like the beginning of a new chapter of Evolve, and I give the show an A-. I thought this was like a really good show. But I have seen better Evolve shows, but this was really, really good in my opinion. And you guys can find me at Linktree / End of Days 33, and my YouTube channel. You can find it on the Linktree, but it's EOD33 Wrestling Hub, and also on Twitch. So you go follow me on there for the live streams, and I do the Evolve live stream on Wednesdays at 8:00. So hope to see you there.
Now you can find me on Rico Reactions on the Road to 5,000, just because. Find us at PWF Wrestling, the #1 Evolve podcast in the world talking about Evolve. You can find us on the Evolve Effect on Wrestling Super Friendos, the #2 podcast in the world talking about Evolve. #3, once the mighty man has left his harem, Coach FCSW, he'll be #3 in the podcast and once he comes back from that. I will say I love freaking Evolve. 68 episodes, only 2 times where the booker has messed up. Only 2. That's an excellent record in terms of a year. And I can only say to people, watch Evolve. You're gonna have some fun. We got from Big Reg. Interesting, I guess. I gotta start watching Evolve. You gotta watch it, man. It's pretty fun.
It's free.
It's free.
Literally.
Literally. I mean, in Tubi. And PWF Ichiban. Ichiban danorimasu.
I mean,
Now,
here these
also-
thugs made mention of it, and I did a thing on it. Like, literally every single person that won a match this past week on NXT was Evolve. Pretty much everybody except for, I think, Mason Rook that we saw in a backstage segment on NXT last week was Evolve.
Was Evolve.
Yep.
Sasaki would have blew the water out of freaking NXT if he had a match at NXT with the moves he had. But I like him in Evolve. Don't take him away, ladies and gentlemen. Don't take him away, Gabe. Don't you let him take him away. You fight for these wrestlers. Keep Ren Sinclair. I love that Coach loves him as a speed champion. I love Ren Sinclair as a speed champion too, because she's the flavor of the month. After that, someone else is gonna have it. Ren Sinclair, welcome to Evolve. Jada Parker, welcome to Evolve. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm out of here. We're out of here. We'll see you next week with episode 69. Apparently, Terrell's favorite number, which I respect. I respect.
Well, I mean, hey, 69 was a good year, man.
Yes, that was a good. Yeah, it was. Look at that right here. Evolve is short, it's quick paced, and it's free. And it's right. Stay healthy, stay happy. Shout out to everyone that loves us. Everyone that doesn't acknowledge us, it's fine. We will shine like the diamonds in the sky. Shout out to Rihanna. I damn.
Oh yeah.
Head. But for everyone that does watch Evolve, please share, please subscribe, like, comments, of all that jazz. We want to grow. We want to get better. We want you to know that we love all these Evolve wrestlers. We want to make sure that everyone's okay. Jordan Oasis, he did some power slap. He disappeared. I miss you. Where are you, sir? Kylie Ray is back in wrestling. Holy crap.
Yes.
She might be coming off Evolve. Yes. She might be actually coming off Evolve. I'm happy with that. Zeta Steel is killing it in the indies. And all I know is that soon enough, we're going to get some surprises in Evolve. I don't want to spoil it, but at the end of the second tapings, you guys are going to be fucking surprised. Keep up the great work. Thank you, DRWC Show. This is the last time we're going to see this about Chewy, because I'm going to erase all the videos because Chewy's gone forever. The world is a unicorn.
About a guy called Chewy Martinez, who wears the same clothes every 4 episodes. to